Hi everyone and welcome, my name is Dora and this is my penultimate update to Pan That Palette 2024 and 2023. So I've been working on the Kombucha Kiss palette by Makeup Revolution. I'm going to be choosing another one for next year. You probably already know about that. I'll update you on that a little bit later on in this video. Am I going to be able to finish this palette in just 1 month? No, but I do want to continue to work on this palette, just not in Pan That Palette. I've got different ideas for it. I'm now going to show you the slideshow so you can see what this palette has been looking like since the intro 2 years ago, all the way up until last update. I did set some goals at my last update and I wanted to focus on the quad in the top to the left. So that's energy, spice, heat and passion. And then as for the remaining 6 shadows, I just wanted to use them 3 times minimum. So here's what energy looked like last time. I was at 35 total uses with this shadow, a Franken. I have since then used it a further 8 times and I'm now at a total of 43 uses. I think this may be one that I could be able to finish. Moving along to spice, another Franken. Last month I was at 28 total uses. I've used it a further 6 times and I'm now at 34 uses. I think 6 uses for a focus shadow isn't great, but it's not terrible either. I'm kind of happy with it. And then the next one along, charcoal, it's the original one, a matte black shadow. I was at 61 total uses last time and I've used it 3 times, so I hit my goal of using the remaining non-focus shadows 3 times here on this one at least, and I'm at a total of 64 uses now. Going over to the second row, heat, I had a total of 43 uses on this original matte shadow. This was a focus and I've used it 8 times and now I'm at 51 uses. I think there's quite a nice bit of a pan expansion there, especially considering, you know, it's not a Franken and it's a matte shadow. I'm very pleased with that. I've kind of been using it a little bit like a lid setting shade, and even though it doesn't always like quite match, I still used it like that. I mean, come on, you know, it's been like 23 months. I'm happy to just use it that way. But I have to say it has provided quite a nice base to my eye looks. And then the next one along is passion. I was at 15 uses at my last update on this Franken shadow. Like spice, I've also used it 6 times. And I'm now at a total of 21 uses. This is the shadow I've got as a topper today on my eyelids. I think I might repeat this look, you know. There are 4 shadows from this palette in this look. I'll point them out once I show you the entire palette. I think that'll be easier. Then the next one along, another original matte one, that orange one, called Fiery. I was at 69 uses last time. I've used it a further 4 times, so exceeding my goal by 1, and I'm now at 73 total uses. Hopefully there's a bit of a pan expansion there as well. I think so. And then the only shadow left in the third row, Blazing, I was at 56 uses last time. I hadn't used it at my last update. I've used it 3 times since. I'm now at 59 uses, so I'm really happy with that goal I set there of 3 uses minimum on the non-focus shadows. And then the next one is called Flames, or at least it's in the place of Flames. It's a Franken. I was at 9 uses on this shadow last time. I used it 4 more times and I'm now at a total of 13 uses. All or Nothing, last time I was at 12 uses, another Franken. I've used it 3 times, hitting my goal, and I'm now at 15 uses. I think there's a little pan expansion there as well. Probably not as nice as Flames, but still, 3 uses on a Franken with pan definitely is visible. And then the final shadow, I was at 89 uses on the dark side, another matte brown original shadow. I've used it 3 times since then and I'm now at a total of 92 uses. So I want to now show you the picture side by side so you can see the entire palette. last month and this month. And I'm now going to talk you very briefly through the look that I've got here. So like I said, 4 shadows. I ended up using a Nude Sticks Magnetic Eye Color pencil crayon all over my lids in Terra. And then I set my lid with Flames. Yes, it's shimmery, but it's very powdery as well. I think it works really well for that actually. Then I went in with a black eye pencil and tight lined and just did a very messy eyeliner with that as well. And then I dabbed my brush into Spice to just smudge that across my lash line and up into my outer corner as well. And then Passion as a topper, and Fiery went in my crease just to deepen that up a little bit, make it more vibrant. And then yeah, I have an inner corner highlight shadow from one of my Pan That Palette 2025 contenders, and a brow bone shadow from the Catrice Tropic Exotic palette here that I've been showing you in these updates. I still don't have pan in that. I'm now at a total of 74 uses with that shadow, crikey. And I am still trying to hit pan in it for the end of the year because it's in Duty Pan Battleship. So hopefully there'll be pan on this one. Just a little side goal, not Pan That Palette as such. Let's talk goals. It would be really, really amazing if I could have 8 empties as opposed to 6. For a 16 pan palette, that would mean that I would have 50% empty. And then obviously I already have pan on everything else. The no pan left behind is a nice idea. Maybe 3 uses on each shadow is pushing it a little bit because I'm still working on so much for Duty Pan Battleship. And I definitely, like I already said in my intro, want to continue to work on this, just in a completely different project. And I'm excited about just working not on the entire palette next year, but dipping in and out of it here and there. So 2 more empties. I think I'm gonna aim for Energy and Spice. They probably have the least amount of product in them. To be honest, Energy goes up more than Passion and Spice do. Spice probably has the least amount of product in it, so I think I'm gonna aim for that one. Well, if I just repeat this look, which I'm quite happy with, I can focus on Spice, Passion, Fiery, and Flames. That might be kind of nice. And then I think I'll do a no pan left behind on it twice through. Okay, ooh, I hope I can do it. Okay, now I'd like to briefly talk to you about my Pan That palette for 2025. A few months ago already, I shared with you my options and I showed you 4 different palettes and I asked for your feedback, and thank you so much to each and every one of you who has commented on that video. Everyone really put so much thought into it and they've been so helpful, and believe me, I've read through them more than once because I'm still unsure of which Pan That palette to choose for next year. I have been able to whittle it down to 2 palettes now, so if you're new here and you haven't seen that video yet and you would still like to see it, then by all means, I'm gonna link it in the description box below. Make sure you subscribe as well while you're down there, and then you'll be able to see the 4 palettes that I had pre-chosen. I created a look with each and every one of them. I went quite into detail in terms of how many grams of products are in there, etc, etc. There's a lot of info there, so do check that out. And maybe you have already, or you don't care and you just want to know which 2. I am completely indecisive about these 2 here. Okay, let's start with this one. Barry M Black Cherry. This is a 9 pan palette, and currently I am, say, 55–60%, maybe even more in favor of this one. However, this could change because less than a week ago I was looking at this palette here. So this is Revolution Pro Rockstar Nude Edition, an 18 pan palette. And I was already sitting there picking out my BYOP to correspond with this one. So yeah, there's 5 eyeshadows in here that I think would match really well with this one. And when I did that, I had just done a BYOP to be a companion palette for this one. So I'm honestly just back and forth over these 2, and I'll explain it to you. And oh, okay, also on Instagram, I put up in my stories a poll. And I just gave you some details in terms of how I felt about them. I think I said, should I pan the smaller palette or should I pan the palette with a prettier color story? And the votes, whenever I checked, were exactly at 50%. And in the end, it was just one vote in favor of pretty color story. But I know, had the poll been up for another hour or so, it would have switched back. It was definitely helpful though, and I really appreciated all the chats we've had as well and the DMs. The panner in me wants to work on this one. Super shallow pans. I've got 2 pans hit in here already. I am still trying to hit pan in here because I've identified that this is definitely a space in my Duty Pan, my battleship playing field that is, from what I think, a definite hit. So it should have 3 pans in it by January. I'm also wearing this one in my inner corner right now. This is what I've decided to do because I'm not officially panning an inner corner highlight shade anymore. I started on the 1st of December using this shadow until the 15th as my inner corner highlight. And then I'm gonna use Naked in my inner corner from the 16th to the 30th or 31st. And then compare. I just wanna see which of them, move faster. Obviously, not every single shadow in either of these palettes, the formula is not gonna be the same on each and every one of them, but it's just gonna help me a little bit to make up my mind. This is a fun color story. I think I can do something quite nice and cool toned. I don't think I'm that scared of the warm tones anymore. And do you know what? Like, I could probably franken it. I'm not opposed to that. As you know, I could probably do something different with it. I think I could pan it within a year. Somewhere inside of me, I think that maybe I can pan this within, I don't know, 6 to 9 months. And then move on to this one for the remainder of the year. Woo, yeah. Why am I hesitant to work on this one? I'm just wondering, am I gonna get bored with just 9 shadows? Using just, 10 in here for the past, I don't know how long now. I have felt myself somewhat limited, but maybe that's also because I always try to use at least 1 shadow in every single eye look. I have got 3 pans in here now, Simplicity, Tease, and So Real. Every single time I wear this palette, I am just so happy. I love this color story, but there's a lot here, and I know for a fact I won't be able to finish it in 2025, but I have a backup of it. So that would be kind of attractive. That would be kind of nice as well to be able to show you a new and fresh looking palette of this as a comparison picture. It's hard. So it's basically, do I need to choose what my heart wants or what my head says? It's that old chestnut. You're gonna find out soon. My plan is to post my finale and intro in one video at the beginning of January. So I'm really, really, really excited about that. And I think it's just gonna be like it is with a poll. I'm gonna be flipping between either of these, and then come 1st of January, I'm just gonna grab one of them and just say, all right, that's it then. Thank you so much for watching all the way until the end. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or night, wherever you are, and I'm sending you so much love. Take care, bye.